Okay, so I am again documenting my process with what I call MEU experiments, MEU. It's just imagination, what I perceive to be on the cards. And practicing my instincts, which are good ones, but it's always good to further that. And have some sort of visual comparison that's immediate, as I described, to be able to test that. But that's just my own thing, and it's not for all of it is, but it's what it is. And having to do with Tulip and the book that I'm writing. It's a process. I'm doing illustrations right now. The color illustrations, I have it all like planned out, and that all belongs to me. Every draft, every manuscripts, everything. It's getting published, and is protected by as much as it's protected. So I know people have been hacking my phone and stealing intellectual property content, me trying to document this and my own records and be able to like look back on it and see where I want to improve it or what people have been hacking my phone and making my life a living hell. Every time I'm taking a personal picture, and same with my computer and uploading videos that I record for my own purposes. I guess is what I've perceived to be the situation. And if anyone was here trying to assess my abilities and whatnot, I think it's pretty fucked up that someone would be gaslighting me and distorting that and pretending like I was crazy. If I'm aware of people in my home are stealing my work, then clearly not. And if they are, even more so. It's completely inappropriate, unacceptable. This art practice and illustration business I've had since New York. All my projects are my own. They're what I got into hybrid artist residency coding school with, my Value of Ideas project. And like I said, the platform that I used to upload my data set and to plot my data and the colorful data diagrams, and from which I made my data plays with my own rhythm and dance skills. All of that, that was made before I even met a single person here. And the platform was designed for our team at the Einstein College of Medicine's epigenetics genomics research team that I was brought in as a creative expert. So I knew about the data platform that since there's been tons of things like that. You can upload your data, but at the time, that's what I was introduced to and what I worked with. And that was also in New York. So it's baffling to me in all my projects that lead up to the Value of Ideas project, hybrid, birds of a feather, and the jump in liberation, which if anyone thought they owned the concept of freedom, that would probably be mistaken. And that was my downstairs neighbor. And it ties into genes and all kinds of things and blueprints, and him stepping into the idea of concept of someone stepping into their design path blueprint in real life and jumping into a new opportunity or experience, taking a leap of faith on oneself or abilities, or other levels, like jumping into the world as I was talking about religion. But that's separate, and that's just different contexts and different ways of thinking about things. That was my prerogative. How dare anyone go into my life and tell me how to run my art practice or my process or what I'm allowed to do with my time or who I am just simply because they want to copy it without problem. It's ridiculous. I never signed anything. There's no warrant for anyone to have any access to my life in any capacity or my property. It's reckless endangerment to give people access who would find a problem with what I'm to say or do, or if they're jealous, or they simply want to copy it, defaming me in the process, like as they have by calling me a mirror to their lives. And it's about my experience and linguistic base to fuck up my language, to make it seem like I'm saying something else, to distort what it is I'm trying to get across or saying factually about my own life, or what I think. I say, come to your own conclusions regarding concepts and theologies and philosophies. And what I put out there is my perception and my perspective and how I pull things together. That's the whole point. And far be it for anyone to go into my life and tell me what it's like to have your life mirrored while being accused of being a mirror to other people and plagiarizing your own life and work and experiences as documents, the whole entire point, considering I kind of thought ahead and made sure I was intrinsically entwined with my life in multiple levels. So that silly suburbanite little housewives running around, spying on me, overhearing conversations I have with the New York police, and reiterating it as they stop me to a cafe, but in distorted manner, distorted fashion, with half-truths and pretending like they knew what the fuck was going on. I used to be their lies and their falsehoods and where they have no access to my home or no warrant. You can imagine how distressing it is to find out that you're not only being watched in your home by random strangers who you have no idea about and whom you don't know, but who are also stealing your work and presenting it as their own, and while defaming and pretending that I could ever be conflated with, or that I would ever allow someone to conflate me with someone else's lived experiences in life. That's not the point. What's from my own experiences that anyone would ever hope or assume other people do. Anyone to do. Concept. That's what it is, a concept. It's not a wish list. How dare you go into someone else's life, conceptual art practice that I've created, and pretend like what I study in school is fashion forecasting, and the concepts and experiences I pull together was ever a simple-minded wish list. How's that for scapegoating? When you expected to know the future through me when no one's entitled to do that. No one's entitled to know the future. But I did study fashion forecasting. And I did test my abilities, and it did play into my art practice, but I said I will not make goddamn things anymore. I won't make predictions anymore. Because of how people treated me, because of their disrespect, because of their violations of privacy laws and rights and property rights, and without even speaking with me, without even having a contract, just something they could take from me. And I said only tarot readings were broad enough that you could maybe put into your own context. When there's a specific point and direction to what the fuck I've done, created, even as simple as a timeline or playlist, it's for me to say. I didn't deny anyone else's place in their own music videos or their own opinions, but I said, this is what I pull together, and this is what I think. And this is what I've lived and how it entwines with that concept or thought process, and this is what it is. Even the shuffle playlists were pulled using my shuffle by me on my own initiative, during time, all that effort, out of the curated playlists that were made up of videos that were oftentimes inspired by my art practice and me and my own experiences and the codes that I invited people to participate, incorporating more cognizantly based off the alchemical cycle. In which case, if they were broad enough, they wouldn't have to give credit to someone they don't really know, but if they expected me to consider them collaborators, then where the hell was my credit? That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to make a name for myself as any artist would. Be known for their own work. You thought I was going to let some person I've never met think that they had a say in that? In their sci-fi movie delusions where they think they own other people and control people's minds? Or that I would ever speak for someone? The insulting, dehumanizing nature of what the fuck you people have done by thinking you could ever think for me that was ever dependent on you people, despite and in spite of your distractions, abuses, gaslighting, detrimental effects, violation of privacy, in which I rely on my privacy in alone time, especially when I decompress like that. How fucking dare you people? think you were owed anything from me. It's a cosmic absolute that you're not, and you have absolutely owe me for the last 10 years. That my time is not free. That the value of ideas is why you hire someone for their artistic direction. The ability to conceive of ideas that will be long lasting, timeless in a sense. Not without me. It's called the classic cycle. But it is a word. Like classics. Like timeless blouse. Things are distilled down to their very essence and nature with a certain venom. You can just, oh my gosh. But for some reason, people thought they owed that. And all the time I put into it, and the equations I created, and everything that I tracked, and everything that was a part of my life. Oh, and my birth chart, even. They divvied that up amongst people here, negating that I was part of it. They went along with some narrative that some silly little girl made up is a mirror to my life, while pretending I was mirroring them. Or they acted out my life while they pretended like they came up with my work while I'm sitting here making it. When I go to cafes and they're like, do your own work, and they're infantiling assholes. You know, all I said was that you wouldn't want this done to your children, grown or otherwise. How the fuck dare you walk traipse into my home? Tell me what you prefer. Try to impress upon me your own feelings, your own energies, your own issues. To think you're owed to me, what the fuck they could have lied about is beyond me. To think that to have ever elicit that kind of response from people that think that they are owed something from me or entitled to my time, personal space, body, life, or to ever define for me an entire point if they ever watched that Aries Midheaven video, which I think they did. So why didn't they go suck the dick they photoshopped onto me? I mean, honestly, everything that they've done was in an attempt to undermine what it is that is intrinsically inherent to me, what I've created, perspective, all of it, in their narcissism checklist, where, as I said, if you're not working and creating of your own experiences or what the fuck inspires you, what the fuck are you doing? I don't let anyone tell me that I can't remember and document my own art process or experiences, memories, and say play into a unique artistic career that is twined with time and universe and everything. Shit. It doesn't happen to you people, your timing. It's my abilities. It's my timing experiment. And it doesn't even rely on a car. The only thing that's contingent, all of it, it's only contingent on me. Not on anyone else. Not on a car, not on anyone else's. But in spite of your abuses, did I create what I did? On my own, as I would know, ostracized, isolated, and defamed by people. Here alone this entire time where no one ever communicated with me, not once. No one ever asked permission. No one ever even told or confirmed what I suspected in their gaslighting attempts to override my life and preferences and displace me out of it. It's pathetic. It's unlawful. It's not acceptable. It's not tolerable. It's not at all what I incited or ever asked for. And while someone's out there distorting, mirroring my goddamn language and pretending like I would ever ask for such things when they goddamn have no business being in my goddamn life, any capacity or my identity, where they do not speak on my behalf and I don't speak for them, where they have no place to fuck up my language or the English language, where it's not acceptable, it's not tolerable, and I will not ever. Simply because they assumed all this time, and I could never have thought that people would have stooped to such low life levels and delusions and derangement to think that and psychopathy, to think that they can press upon me and projectile vomit their own narcissism, lives, issues, and what is clearly stated, conceptual art practice. What the fuck are you doing here? I don't care if you're going off someone else's distorted version of what the fuck I've created and who I am. To even think that I'd be beholden to someone else's distorted idea or concept of who I am is disgusting. You know, I could do the same thing for any celebrity out there, any person. And now they owe me their tour, revenue. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm an artist as I've stayed from the very beginning. I experiment. If you were confused about your boundaries or what you're allowed to do here, or with my life or name or art practice or being or work, that was your problem. You need to clarify. I didn't need to ever say it more than once. What is shouldn't even be. It shouldn't even be. I don't. Of course you can't do what you're doing. Of course you can't scapegoat me. Of course I'm not making you goddamn money when you haven't paid me. Of course you can't be in my private home. Of course you can't come fishing here for information by disturbing my goddamn day and my goddamn home and my goddamn life and my goddamn environment and my goddamn work process to get something for free when my time is not free. And I never agreed to such a thing. And this is private property and this is a private residence, private home. And I'm not your whore and I'm not your goddamn home and I'm not your goddamn toy and I'm not your goddamn well. And I value my time and I value my skills and I value my goddamn ideas and I value my work and I value my goddamn privacy more than your souls. And if you thought I wouldn't take action to goddamn get you people out of my life who are distressing, distracting, abusive, manipulative, goddamn gaslighting little asshole, horrible abusers who've been stealing from me and hindering my career while being deranged and thinking they could ever tell a grown 40-year-old straight, natural woman, by the way, how to live my life or how to create the career that is the most individual kind of career you could have, solely based on singular direction of that of the artist, whose art like mine. It's not a game, and I'm not your mirror. I ended that shit a long time ago. I said, I will not have your comparisons to world things going on in my life or your contrived problems. I will not have you in my goddamn home. I will not have you disrupting or disturbing my goddamn daily life. And I will not have you stealing from me what is clearly made by me of my own and started in New York and goddamn it, documented. And that's the whole point. Do you ever think you can go around fucking up my goddamn life or ever being a nuisance in what the hell is not even your business or place? Now, I highly recommend you get out of my goddamn private space, private bedroom, of which none of you have a warrant or contract to ever access or enter. I highly recommend you get out of my goddamn name, identity, and bank accounts that you dumb fucks have been stealing from. As if I would ever provide in an artist's career that's like subsisting on credit cards. Like, how the fuck did you think I was going to provide for your goddamn families as you interfered in my ability to find one, as you defamed and isolated and abused me, conflated my identity and my body with your nasty ass whores to make up for your own defamation crap instead of just coming clean and think that I would ever allow you to conflate my identity with your worthless ass bitch, your silly girlfriend, to think that you could ever replace me in my mind, body, or soul, or that I would ever allow you to share in that? Anyone? In some ridiculous identity fraud type of fashion? Like, I mean, honestly, how? When you talk to someone else, you're talking to them, not me. When you fuck someone else, you fuck them, not me. When you are, I don't know, when you make plans with someone else, you've made plans with them, not me. It doesn't get back to me. I'm not that person. I don't have a shared identity with anyone. I don't have a sister, and there's no sister company. It's all under the name of Caitlin Carlisle, in which I've paid taxes as an illustrator. I've done collaborations with brands like Missoni. I am tired of this. I am tired of the ridiculousness. I never allowed for it, never elicited, never solicited, never said as much, never signed anything. I would know my illustration business logo is my signature. I would know if I signed something or not. I know what I created. There's no memory lapse. And if you're hearing this, well, not this per se, but if you're hearing me in my home, you very well know I'm not speaking at walls, and you've tried to assess my psychic ability and perceptions and accuracy and whatnot while gaslighting, manipulating me, and calling me crazy. If people were ever here, or pretending you weren't, pretending I was crazy, for being aware. We're saying the only crazy people, I mean, more sane than anyone to not want strangers around me on a daily basis when I work at home. or to violate my privacy, or my bank accounts, or my life, or my identity, or my name, or to distort public perception, or poison it, or to think that I would ever provide anyone else with a career or work is unfathomable and ridiculous. Please go goddamn take out your shit on someone else on the goddamn YouTube platform or some other artist who, I don't know what the fuck you thought you could ever do in my life. I can't imagine, but if this doesn't apply to you and you're just a random person out there watching me and hopefully being a great witness, this whole thing, if they've posted anything else, this is my only channel, Caitlin Carlisle 2946. So if there's anything that is posted elsewhere, it was stolen off my computer, hacked off my phone, mirrored, whatever. And it's completely unacceptable. It's not a game to steal someone's life or creative work. People sue over 1,000 times less, which I plan to, but the fact that people, it's just bizarre that people thought they could take advantage as much as they did, while blaming, scapegoating, spinning words, not listening to me. Going to someone else to see what's acceptable in my life, in my career that I run, whom I don't know, who doesn't speak for me, who force their way into my life in the most inappropriate way possible. Which they think they control my ability to even draw or make or create, and every time I make a picture, they are doing their crap. They start, but I never said anything was in accordance with anyone. Most artists are artists into their 80s until they die and are known in retrospect for who they are, the life they lived, to inform their art practice and what they made, as will mine. I just made it very easy for the museums to go back and see what went on in my life and what informed my personal direction. So the last thing I was ever going to do is let some silly housewife take credit for what the fuck I created and initiated. Is of my own making and is of me and is representative of my life. Representation was only online, not in real life, because, well, I don't have the ability to be in every campaign and music video, nor did I ever expect to, nor did I ever want to. So I let those things, if necessary, represent elements, things of nature, and words I've said, but not in real life. You're not allowed to go around pretending to be me. It's called impersonation. Completely unnecessary. Completely. Regardless of the lies they told having to do with prison, because, yeah, it would feel like prison, but it's not. Being stuck here with people that I don't like around me. You've tried very, very hard to isolate me here. Crashing the cars into me, all kinds of things. Intimidation, illegal surveillance, the remote rape crap, electrocuting crap. The crap they tried to do my face, getting me silent, which you would only need that if you were worried about getting caught. You wouldn't need me to be quiet about my own life or what I'm creating or have any problem with it if it wasn't, if your lies weren't contingent on my silence or you know. The reason I've not been invited places and included is because, well, if I'm there, well, there's no relevance or need for the person who's been intimidating or posturing and impersonating me and pretending to speak for me to be like, oh, wait, you don't know each other? I thought you've been speaking this entire time. I thought she was the liaison. No, I don't even know this person's name. I'm the artist that runs my art practice and makes the art in my art practice. I don't know why the hell you wouldn't speak directly with me. Because it's my time that you're asking to use. My work, my mind, my connections, my thought process, my creative ability, all of it. And if you're not willing to pay for it, what the fuck do you think you're doing? This is an independently run business. It's not contingent on anyone, not in accordance with anyone, and not made with anyone in mind. Not made with their consideration or their approval. I don't know those people. They're parasitic coattail riding assholes who try to distort, make my life about them, try to pretend like it was some threesome or not even. Trying to pretend like I was completely irrelevant or a whore. No, that's what's her name? Las Vegas prostitute. I was in New York. That's where I paid taxes, paid rent, went to school records, worked as an associate designer at the Levy Group, all of it. Still have my suitcase tags from my apartment at 85 Lucre Street. If they thought that my life only consisted of the bits and parts and memories and experiences I documented, well, it's much more vast than that. So if you thought you were going to get one over me by just spewing what you hear and see on my channel, or can gather in my home, I guess, or off my phone, well, my life, I'm 40. There's lots that's gone on. So I have a lot of memories and details that you wouldn't know, and anyone who would ever assume the side of someone who's been stalking and abusing me and trying to conflate and Photoshop her body onto mine and crap like that this entire time, Photoshopping dicks and muzzles. It only applies to them. I never did those things. That's their defamation. And the people around here have tried desperately hard to take it out on me. Every time they think anything happens in my, first of all, they're narcissists. They think that it's about them, that what goes on my home, phone, work, anything I post on my channel, they've misconstrued about them or for their purposes or their little act, their liability act. So then they start going about doing things like every time I walk outside, they like throw shit in the garbage, or they walk past my house with a dog. Implying something? I don't know. There's lots of things in media having to do with people fucking and pretending to be dogs. I don't know. But I'm not the sadist masochistic creeps who've tried to assume my identity, or the perverts who tried to force their way to my home, or tried to say that I was dating any of them or married to any of them, because, well, I guess because you can't testify against a spouse, he thought he could pretend that he was married to me, but also actually stealing my work and giving it to his actual wife, who pretends to know me, but she doesn't. Pretends she's my friend, she's not. Wait, is she my sister today? My mother? My sister? My daughter? Which one is it today? It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't have a sister. I don't have any co-workers. You're not my parents. Thank you. I don't need parents regardless. And you're not boss. I wouldn't answer to someone else in what I currently run. I apply to places if there is miscommunication, but I don't answer to anyone that doesn't even speak with me, whose number and name I don't even know, who's a lying piece of sack of shit, who's been passing off my work as theirs, and trying to intimidate me into silence. So you can see the need to document whether or not it's just here, other ways that they don't have ability to hack or whatnot, or live. But some people were, I'm not talking about people that were doing things for posterity's sake, or people who were literally trying to present themselves as me by presenting my work and defaming my image. If that's gone on, it's completely unacceptable, not tolerable, inappropriate, not professional, not in accordance with who I am or what I've created or what I've lived and what my art practice is about. And I would sue over the kind of defamation and detrimental damages that they've inflicted by doing such things and saying such things and distorting my words in what they shouldn't even have access to hear. It's completely inappropriate. No one ever explained anything to me. I had to guess. I had to assess. I had to determine the people in my home because they would repeat me back on the street 5 minutes later, what I'd say in my bedroom when I knew I was alone. Even if I wasn't, I mean, they're strangers. Imagine how distressing that is. Stressful. I don't know many artists that have to deal with that, or someone going around pretending them. They don't know what it's like to have your entire life been mirrored and out of step and out of timing and confusing and gaslighting crap. And not just from people. You thought they could capitalize off the confusion. Crazy gaslighting and confusion. Like, oh, well, I guess we'll just watch in her room and then go off things and gaslight her, and she doesn't even know we're there, so we're going to make it seem like we're some spiritual entity. The kind of crap that they've inflicted in my life, it's nothing short of trauma. It's nothing short of detrimental damage. It's nothing short of goddamn human trafficking or modern day slavery. It's nothing short of impersonation and disgusting defamation and exploitation. And I haven't even seen what they've done. I'm just pretty psychic. I'm not going to use that to help anyone who couldn't have the slightest bit of respect for my time or preferences, but thought that I should have it for their feelings and hold their hand as they crucified my goddamn name and work while they tried to keep everything from me so that I'd be stuck here to do their little petty work. They could see what they could get from me. Or getting paid by their agencies or companies or whatever the fuck. Never passing that along to me. Telling me I'm a whore. Telling me I don't deserve to have payment while they're stealing from me and hindering my ability to find work. Because, communication, when it doesn't reach places and you reach out to them again and again, and then they see you and say, oh, I never heard back, and you've made sure that you've sent things to them, double checked, resent. Our government literally has incited modern day slavery as they try to own human beings like me. My justice in my birth chart is my Jupiter. I only said that it has to do with, because it's 11, doesn't mean it has anything to do with the justice system. My justice is a husband, is a man. It's just about an aspect of my personality. A fairness where I will not let someone take advantage of me or ever think that they could get something off of me for my goddamn abilities when they are nothing but scum of the earth. Because why crucify them if they thought they could just capitalize? No. I'm here to make myself, I, Caitlin Carlisle, money. To make a career for myself, make a name for myself. To enjoy my life. To live off what I earn. Spend it how I see fit. In my discernment discretion. Because I'm the artist who made it. All of it. Everything. And how dare you allow people into my home? How dare anyone allow people into my home to capitalize off what the fuck they've already stolen? This is a book for my illustration practice. If anyone's gonna be known for it or make money off it, it's me. I made the first draft, I made the second draft, I made the third draft, I made all the illustrations. I'm the illustrator that had an illustration business in New York. There's not a goddamn person out there who would ever let some stupid little frat brat crap think that they could steal from me what is solely mine and of my own making, of my time, effort, skill, ability, education, money, investment, time, property, business. Simply because they prefer I go along with their narrative where I'm a whore and a dyke and have no ability and I'm a piece of shit, because that's what they decided so that they could steal from me. That's their defamation. I never did any of it. I had nothing to do with it. I would never demean myself like that or anyone else. There are actual repercussions and consequences, legal and otherwise. People sue over hot cup coffee being spilled on me. Think that I wouldn't sue over defamation when I've been honing my career, my artist residency the last 10 years, and probably since I was about, since I could pick up a pencil and draw and know that I was going to make some impact in the art world, pursue a career in design and art, fashion. I'm working towards that since I could get myself downtown to take a class at the Art Institute of Chicago as a middle schooler in fashion. Taught myself to sell. Oh, shit. I can't fathom how anyone would think that I would take so lightly what they've done when it's not in accordance with who I am and their need for me to quit or to stop creating because they can't keep up, I guess. I guess it's too much, it's too difficult to, it's too much, too difficult to, too risky to keep stealing from me. But maybe they're just that jealous and they don't like to have to get something to compare themselves to because, every time they try, or every time I speak, they just kind of like have something to say about it. There's some voodoo bitch out there doing crap to appease people who are literally identified as no reason, because they have no reason for being in my life or our practice or home, probably at all. Anyways, yeah, they're dismissive crap. Because this is real. These are real complaints. These are real fundamentals, like fundamentals and necessities established as they were and are by me over people's feelings and preferences that I couldn't give a flying fuck about. You've offended me, disrespected me, violated me, abused, distorted, and ruined, and cost me years, time, money. And I'm speaking about the past. I'm not speaking about the future. I'm not allowing you people to make any choices in my life ever. It's bizarre that people thought that they could make decisions on my behalf. In their attempt to make me look incapable. I must be real intimidated by my genius. If you tried to ruin my mind and systematically tried to drive me insane. Who knew timing and real timing, like actual uncanny tiny ability that belongs to me, would ever be so helpful if I know what the fuck people have done, what actually applies in my life. Not what they tried to do and how they tried to copy it and how they tried to manipulate it. And let's just listen to a song about whores and drive by your house. No, it was actual legit. And that's how desperate they are to like deflect from their own choice decisions and life's direction they chose. But it's not my responsibility. Nor am I responsible for anyone else's actions, choices, or feelings. I don't know where people got that impression. This is not about martyrdom or sacrifices and art practice. This is my business. I'm here to make money off of it. I studied these things in school. I worked in New York. I don't need to defend myself or justify these things to people who have been perpetrating and violating my home. They need to. And they need to do some sort of DNA identity test. Like I've said, there's just no possibility whatsoever that they could ever claim anything to do with me. Like it's the most ridiculous crap in the world. Oh, we're protecting you from being known for your own work and your own self, because I don't need that. I don't do anything that embarrassing. So that someone else could take it and be known for it. No, that's absolutely not at all acceptable or known. Okay. No. Are you fucking kidding me? Who are you? And why the hell do you think you're entitled to? What the? I can't. Are you trying to make me laugh at your face? Like, seriously. Are you trying to make me laugh? Is what I want to say to them. Like, show me the evidence of what you've created. I'm so sick of it. Such a ridiculous, absurdly deranged parrot, old train asses out of my life where you've never had any place to ever assume, expect, want, or take. No, I'm not married, especially to someone who pretends that only to protect their can't testify against a spouse, but I'm not married to him. I remember getting married. Like, again, if you marry someone else, you're not marrying me. There's no conflation of identities or body, soul, mind, experience. I don't live through other people. My own woman. This is all my own work. I have never worked with any of those people. I don't know them. But they stalk me around here and they've tried to intimidate me. So if you see anything posted elsewhere in some mirror site that's capitalizing off my ideas and probably profiting, you need to report it. I don't know what it is, but it's not from me. And since this is a book that's being published, I'm not sharing like the whole, like, here's the page 1, here's page 2. You'll see it when it comes up. I've been showing that I've been letting people see that I'm working on it and the parts of it, but it is mine, and they don't have the right to ever even see, let alone distribute intellectual content that's off my private phone. That is my private phone that I never agreed to have anyone have access to. It's private. My private phone. Did I go into anyone else's phones, personal devices, work studio, and say, I'm entitled to see what goes on here and then distribute and claim credit for it? I never did that. No, I was left out of everything for some stupid bitch's conflation. And their need to make a joke out of what I am and who I am and created. I don't know what there is to joke about. I'm just an illustrator artist, worked in fashion, straight natural woman. I never said I would represent anyone. Although I was really dumb to ostracize someone who was an ally to people in other groups. And be total hypocrites and be like, we expect freedom of choice and blah, 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 blah. But you have to go along with the narrative we designated for you, even though it's not in accordance or ever in alignment with who and what you've established in your life and are. No thanks. I don't want people like that around me. I wouldn't have allowed anyone like that around me. I'm very picky about who I let into my home, who I let into my personal space, and who I let into my goddamn private life. I definitely don't like most people. I don't have a problem with most people, but I definitely don't like them enough to bring them into my home. They had to force their way in, and it was never, ever done with permission, ever. And everything they've distorted and stolen and passed off as their own are my words. I don't think for anyone. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm not playing their stupid little parrot game. I have much better things to do, which I'm going to get to, but you can see for yourself that I'm hopefully witness. And if you see anything else, please flag it and attempt to take it down. That's defamation or distorted, or sounds like me but distorted, or isn't even a video I posted on here because it would have been stolen and it's not for their fucking taking or use. This is not a joint project. This is not a joint art project. This is not a joint life. It's not a community. Any of the above? I've not been hired or paid by anyone. I can't believe they ever thought that I would waste my time on them. So enough of that. To work, and please flag anything that you see that is not uploaded on Caitlin Carlisle 2946. That would be me. Caitlin Carlisle Bonnie, the one and only artist named as such and is living here for real. And Caitlin Carlisle 2946 on YouTube. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So I do one new experiment and then to work on two. This is already 3. It's a little play on things that have gone on. My book, that is. Not totally, not entirely. Just maybe here or there a little bit. And I'm also not too loud. It's just a character I've created. talking about from the start. It is my psyche's odyssey, my classic cycle, mine and only mine. Maybe all unwanted, unpleasant energies that would distort. What really matters about testing, I don't know, I can imagine what's on the back of the cards without looking. So it doesn't really matter what the card is, though. I'm not making predictions. Far be it for anyone to tell me how I went about that in the past when I designed a system, and also just intuitive and connective processes and living experiences that helped me make those predictions. But they thought that that was going to like let them into my home to be pushed and raped by agencies that would be more distressing than anything, and only make sure that I would never, ever, ever help anyone who'd have such little respect for my body, life, and what is acceptable in it. So enough of that. Let's do this one. I've already wasted enough of my time, including my 30s, pretending I would ever just want to sit around and help them while they were signing checks over themselves. And living in houses and cars, living in houses and driving cars past my house, brand new license plates, and houses that my tenants say are mine, you feds. Well, I've been stuck here living with people I hate in a situation that's very not good for me. When I could have been living in my own home, but someone felt that they were more deserving of the money that I made, with the work that I created, and the life I've lived, and the stress they put me through, than me. Isn't that funny? Isn't that interesting? Isn't that narcissistic? Isn't that selfish? Aren't they the scum of the fucking earth? Grubby little assholes. Conspiracy to fraud community member. That's why they've been reported to FBI. Impersonation, forgery, and then all types of theft along similar lines to say. And well, I didn't even have to report them to Amnesty International. They've already heard of all the crap going on here that people have done. I'm trying to conflate their identities with mine so that they wouldn't be blamed and that they would feel entitled to take out their fucking shit on me. That, I mean, it's nothing short of abuse and human trafficking, sex trafficking, exploitation, impersonation, forgery, fraud. It's like no wonder that girl, she was like went crazy. I was like, you're a fraud. And that's it. Who are you? Why are you in my home? How did you overhear the conversation I had with the New York police trying to acquire the report I made about said Las Vegas prostitute that's in the archives? Oh, I'll get it. I'll get that copy of that report. They switched over to digital in 2010. I had to go through a lot of hoops to get that. Finally find someone who was helpful and willing to help me, and not just say, take care, hung on. Happens a lot. Sort of like shift in attitude, and I'm very helpful. And then, son, when I'm the victim, I'm trying to call and report someone who's circling my house and stalking me. Well, why don't you just go walk up to them and confront them? I want to make a documented police report, their license plate. Wow. I mean, honestly, it's just ridiculous. And then to have that same person overhear that conversation to storm me, like, Alicia knows her name. No, it's not my name. I know it because I went to Baylor with that girl who's been stalking me the last 10 years. And who was, or as confirmed by our mutual friend, whom she lived with, who did not pimp her out. That person now being pretending to be a victim. It's so unfortunate. Just go suck the dick or whatever that you photoshopped on me. People photoshopped on me. Because we did it for you. I didn't invite you people to participate. At least of all in a defamatory way. At least of all in an impersonation way. At least of all in a way that's not accurate to me. I'll just own it. No, that's not what the Aries Midheaven video is about. Owning someone else's goddamn issues. No. Did you ever tell me how to fucking run my art practice with being what the fuck my anatomy is? Or preferences or everything that get in the way of that. But you just have to, for the rest of your life, pretend to be something that you're not because we fucked up and made a narrative. No. You were corrected. You people were corrected on record. You have shoved your fucking narrative off your asses. Last thing you're ever going to do is get an artist and invent free spirit artists to conform to your goddamn crap and work for free for the goddamn suit crap. Shitty asshole douchebag finance bros who blame you for their fucking crap, who are only responsible themselves. Shit. Keep off of me, bitch. That's all I say to them. I've been so abused the last 10 years. It's on every level, from financial to emotional to mental to physical and sexual. I've literally been beaten by people in this neighborhood. I have a black eye from someone pulling me onto the concrete floor at PetSmart when I was paying for kitten food. She got in my face and was like, I'll slice your fucking ear. She got bumped into by accident. Shit. I even avoided her on the way back. I'll slice your ear. And I was like, back off, bitch. I didn't even look at her. I just walked up to the counter and started paying for my kitten food. She pulled me onto the goddamn concrete floor and beat me for 2 minutes straight. No one pulled her off. I could have been pregnant. I had a fractured rib. And my back is always pretty awful. Everywhere. She beat me with this. Talk about entitlement. Or spilled rotten issues. Some stupid bitch. I'm still gonna press charges on that foul little fucktard. Shit. Please. They made me a pariah in this neighborhood for some reason. I just live here. I grown up here. I was born in Chicago. This is my Gorney family home. This is my bedroom in high school. These people thought they could tell me to leave my house, the city, as if that would make me stop doing what I'm doing here. As if this location, as if anything that started in New York was ever contingent on people around me that are distractions, abusers. No, I'd thrive somewhere else and so would my art practice, but the very fact that they thought that I could is absolutely ridiculous. I'm sorry. I'm not here to cater or humor ridiculous, delusional preferences from stupid as fuck suburbanite state school slut housewives. You can go. Okay. Focus. It's all factual. They try to distort my language because my birth placements and my translations of that with my timing and parallels and excuse their fucking crap. That hurts my feelings, so I'm going to change No. I'm not here to cater your feelings. What I said. Especially about facts. Just factual. There's just standards. There's boundaries. People need help if they can't deal with that. But as I've always stated, it is normal, straightforward speak. I don't speak for anyone else or any other way. I say what I mean. And I speak only for me. First person grammar. They literally try to get around things with those kinds of excuses. Like, well, she was talking for it, so it's ridiculous. I don't even know who these people are. Nor would I ever allow the worst people to ever. You've been such detriments ever to my home or surroundings when I value my privacy over their souls. I've had to say it 5 billion times, but I mean it every single time. It's completely unacceptable what's going on here. And I just want to make people aware that this is my channel, my only channel, Kaylin Carlisle 2946. And my Instagram, Caitlin Carlisle. I don't have any other channels. Anything else would be completely fake. So even if they tried to interfere, like they have in the past, to interrupt my work or whatnot, and this is already out there. And my work is protected as much as anything can be that's in the works. And I already have a publisher. So I will be suing if there's any infringement of intellectual property stolen or otherwise obtained illegally and without warrant that they've yet to present as many times as I've asked. I can't imagine that anyone could even claim at this point to have my best interest in mind when they've yet to even speak with me, and I've said as much. And for some reason I was expected to develop magical powers and mind reading abilities, which I don't have, in order to withstand what is fundamentally inhumane and nothing short of like a human zoo. Well, my energy was being affected and by other people's energies and watching and just the stress and all of it. So, and they're determining that I wasn't worthy of a relationship, that I had to be disposed of or shared by a community of goddamn assholes who thought that they had some say in my life, is absolutely bizarre, unfactual, not at all acceptable or tolerated or goddamn appreciated. Thank you, I can find a man for myself, especially without defamation and stupid creeps getting in the fucking way simply out of jealousy and small-mindedness. Please stay out of my life in all aspects to those people. Straight up, there's no act that ever involved those types of things or allowance for identity fraud or people in my home or anything of that nature, especially when it's been abused, their access, they abused, took advantage of me, and it was never allowed to begin with. It's not for their determining what I'm worth or whether or not I should even make a living while they're stealing living off me. No, they have nothing to do with me. They're not allowed or tolerated here in any capacity, not in my life, not in my goddamn name, not in my art practice, not in my being, not in my soul, not in my goddamn private bedroom. Not in my goddamn channel that they clearly can't handle. Okay, I really want to refocus and get to work, so. And people have spoken with me years ago and in a professional way that was acceptable and communicative and normal and incentivizing and all kinds of things of just they don't. Still, just wouldn't matter. Something else now. My practice evolved and my projects and focus to change, even if they haven't. I was talking about this in the beginning, but fuck off. You know what I mean? Oh, no gestures either. They ruined and distorted my rubberies and gestures so it would look like and assigned associate different things where I stand on my porch so they could write off my words and things like that. Oh, she doesn't mean that. Oh, it's fine then. No, that's not what it means. Oh, it's so disappointing. It's like mucus on my chest. Oh man, you delete. She doesn't want to work for free for her sake. It's awful. It's awful. You are taking everything that you never wanted in life and forcing it down your fucking throat and causing you massive amounts of pain for our intrusion and expectations in your life where we have no place or right versus like everything you wanted over here and everything you earned and deserved and pursued in life. I know what she's going to choose. No pay, a life free of abusive parasitic crap. They expect me to live a miserable life because they prefer to make money off of it and tell me what the fuck I mean and live. Because, well, they can only compare to what they've designated me as. If like on, they try to put crap voodoo and shit. Like, the only way they would compare, trying to compare to, they call it rot. Fuck off. It's so sad. It's so sad. Nepotism bitch. Rot little shit, dude. Just thought I was responsible for providing her with a career. Idiot. If they really wanted to work with me, well, I'm pretty sure he would have been able to find me by now, especially if they're watching me my arm and know where to find me off my phone. Ever opportunity, only 10 years, make sure everything was on the up and straight and narrow and all flushed out and it's the night. Only just the background. Seven cups. Okay. better tan color. A little bit lighter. I am doing it by hand, although I'll have to clean up a bit. Corncob buildings. They start out in Chicago. Yeah, it's a goddamn nightmare. I never thought it could ever happen. I would ever assume such a thing. Eight. And just, hey, we're not used to letting people watch me work, so. It tastes the same, Mommy. has to go there. Realize I'll make decisions more directly affects me. This is just ridiculous. Sorry. You didn't just do that. What are you thinking of doing right now? You need to go over here. Over there.
Using this industry. Fourteen.
senses. Using the senses during the point. Beach. Just reworking things. So, stretch my legs.